Well, that was an extremely quick release date now, wasn't it? Let's talk about that, shall we? Yes, I am still using the Sam the Gagged fan intro because I don't have a proper intro for Yonam yet, so I'm just going to be using the Sam the Gagged fan intro until I get a proper intro for Yonam, so... But anyways, snippety snap, my fellow gang goons, fellow human beings on this planet, and welcome back to the Year of the Monsters, the series where we talk about everything that has to relate to monsters throughout 2018. This is going to be a long series. So this whole first episode is just going to be me talking about my thoughts on the Netflix release and some hopes I have for both POTM and the rest of the trilogy. So, let's go. Now, the Netflix release date we actually got super recently, and recently, I mean like yesterday by the time we're recording this. And it's only about 10 friggin' days, my dudes. 10 days until we get POTM in the US. So we got our first trailer for POTM on Netflix last night, which was also the subsequent announcement for that. And we got some new footage, some enhanced footage, some footage that we already got. And it's still cool. I'm still very much hyped for POTM as a whole. I'm definitely going to be doing a review. It's probably coming on the weekend of the week. And for those of you who don't know, it's coming out January 17th. And you can bet that your boy is reviewing it over the weekend because school sucks, okay? So we talked about the Netflix release. Now, here are some hopes I have for the rest of the trilogy as a whole. Hopes are basically like things that I want in the movie that aren't predictions. And for those of you who are new, this isn't the first time I've done this. I did this format with Godzilla King of the Monsters, and then it was a top 5 format because I had 5 spots for 5 hopes I had for King of the Monsters at the time. But here I don't have as many, so it's just hopes. Let's go. The first hope that I have is that we get to explore a whole friggin' lot of the planet of the monsters in the upcoming films. One of the bigger complaints I've heard about POTM is that it's advertised as the planet of the monsters, but it isn't really all that much of a planet of the monsters. It's really just more of a small confined area, sort of. And this isn't really, and I'm not saying that this is spoilers or anything because you see it in the trailer. It's a much smaller location, and it's much more of a just vast jungle rather than, just a planet of monsters. Like, what if in the sequels, in Africa, they're like herds of Anguirus just moving across, like, the Sahara Desert or something? What if they're like flocks of Rodan that act like vultures or something, and they scavenge off of the kills of other kaiju? I want to see a monster eat another monster. That's basically what I'm getting at here. The people that are making this movie are saying that animation is the only way to tell this story of the POTM trilogy. So why not just go all out? Why not just show these just ecosystems all over the friggin' planet and just showing all sorts of monsters and how they have adapted over time to Godzilla's reign on the planet? Second thing is, I want monsters to basically get respected in this movie, but not really. Let me explain. So a lot of people are really hoping for, all their favorite monsters, like, oh, I want to see Orga, Space Godzilla, Hedorah, Magara, Biollante, all of these cool monsters, and me in the corner is just thinking, nah, I don't want that, and I'm making a future video. I want to make a kind of discussion on why this concept doesn't work of multiple monsters, but I do want to see more monsters in this universe. Like I said previously, I want to see, like, monsters just, like, an entire kaiju ecosystem. Monsters that aren't just Godzilla and Servum, basically. Heck, because a lot of the characters in this movie are aliens, maybe we can get some new types of alien kaiju. Maybe we could just bring back a sort of cyborg alien monster. Something that maybe change him up a bit. Maybe have an inverted color scheme. Give me one moment. You know, simultaneously, I'm extremely proud of myself and extremely ashamed of myself. Anti-Gagan of the POTM universe aside, I still really want the monsters they have now to be given some treated respect. Like, give Mechagodzilla some respect. Like, I mean, sure, they messed up on the design. The head doesn't look anything like Godzilla. But if you treat the character right, then I won't be complaining. And the final thing, I hope that the monsters get to do more cool stuff. POTM has a lot of cool stuff, like the ear rape cannon, the tail shockwave, the particle beam, the fact that Godzilla's a plant, and the people of this movie are playing on the aspects of him being a plant. I mean, the beams, of course, aren't planty, but they're using vegetative cloning to explain things like the servum. So, I mean, I want them to do all sorts of much cooler stuff, and if you know me, I think you know my ultimate want for Godzilla. Mind control. So, I think that's it really. This video didn't really have much of a point other than to say, hey, Netflix release and some other hopes I have. I don't know why I'm apologizing, I think this video is still great. So, goodbye, let's keep on celebrating this year of the monsters, and remember to wash your hands.